Hi everyone and welcome to Buster Crimes. I'm Hannah.
And I'm Emily.
Emily, whose turn is it?
It's my turn.
Is it your turn?
It sure is. I'm so
I love it when
excited.
it's your turn.
We all feel a certain way about it when it's my turn, don't we?
We all do. We're all like, we're on the edge of our seats. We're on tenterhooks.
I mean, we live on the edge of our seats, really, don't we? Well, I can tell you. Yeah, I can tell you this case has it all. It has it all, mate. Anything you could wish, this case has got it. Class warriors, stolen old master paintings, courtrooms turned into stages, and a cast of aristocrats, revolutionaries, and Irish Republican militants. We're talking today about Rose Dugdale. She was born in 1941, incredibly privileged. Daddy is an underwriter, insurance underwriter at Lloyd's.
Yeah,
Don't know what that means. Makes a lot of money. Mummy is an aristocrat and needs no further kind of introduction, really. That's what she is. That's really what you could be at that level of society in those days.
We can all relate.
Having a wonderful time, lunches, ball gowns, all that sort of stuff. They owned a wonderful house in Chelsea and a sprawling estate in Devon. So far, so jealous. But lovely young Rose was not into this at all. I am not sure what caused this. I haven't been able to find a sort of psychological definitive answer. But from a young age, she hated it. She had born in 1941, so I don't know how old she was when she had her debutante ball. But I would guess it's kind of the early 60s, maybe the late 50s. She described it as one of those pornographic affairs which cost about what 60 old age pensioners receive in 6 months. So ungrateful, but you know.
Don't know what
whatever.
a pornographic affair costing.
I mean, it does.
6 months is.
It's not what you expect when you think of a debutante ball, is it? I mean, especially an aristocratic. Maybe we're just not in the right social bracket to understand what goes on at these things. We've been fed a lie.
We're not in the right time period, but I have seen debutante balls. Like,
they've not been pornographic, the ones I've seen. I think she means it more in the sense of kind of opulent and sort of gross, I don't know really what pornographic means other than porn.
Yeah, but they're paraded in front of men.
Yeah.
And the men choose them. Yeah. So
okay, fine. You're okay. Yeah. I see.
Have they got etiquette? Have they got tits? Have they got what?
That's all you need. Etiquette and tits.
Etiquette,
tits. Bish bash bosh.
Have they got what a duke wants?
You're chosen. Let's go home. Yeah. So she did that. I don't think anything came. She just sort of coming out, isn't it? That's what it's called. So she came out, did a debutante ball. Then she went on to Oxford. She studied PPE. Can we have a guess?
PPE is sort of protective personal equipment in my book. In my line of this.
Yes, that's true. I should. It's not that.
PPE. If you could give me a little clue, then
It's very politiciansy. Lots of the Oxbridge. I think probably not Boris Johnson. I feel like he did classics.
Did Bozza do classics? I bet he did.
I don't know. I was going to say he did some kind of dropout thing, but he still went to fucking Oxford. So
yeah, but they all do because they've got the money to go to fucking Oxford.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I didn't go. Didn't have the bloody money.
I didn't get in because I didn't pass the heavy interview process.
Well, fuck them. You're better off without. Look at you now.
Look at me now.
But so all these politicians, they do P, not all of them, but lots of them, P, and E. What might you need if you're studying? There's a massive clue in the word politician.
Yeah, well, I'm going politics.
Good.
Economics.
Good.
And phonetics. That might be quite good, actually. Physiology.
Not physiology, not physics. It is a PH. It's not philanthropy.
It's not philanthropy. I actually don't know what it is still.
I wondered if you were doing like a it's this oh my god, is it the study of thinking? It's not pornography. Or even pornography. Is it the study of thinking, I think? Philosophy.
Oh, philosophy. Oh, no, that's a very grand kind of, let's
Yeah.
all sit down and talk about a massive subject like Nietzsche,
Talk
and then
about our massive subject. Yeah. So that's what she did. She talked about her massive subject, politics and economics. She, yeah, she's this kind of radical new woman. It's the dawn of the revolution, like female empowerment and all of that. She's well into it. She
Good for her.
gate crashed the male only Oxford Union disguised as a man, and she began mixing with all the left wing students and activists. She travelled to Cuba in the early 60s, just after Castro was there, which had a huge influence on her. She travelled quite a bit in Northern Ireland, which comes into play quite a bit later.
It's quite nice,
Um,
isn't it, for a student to be travelling off to all these exotic places?
I
Wonder where she got the
mean,
money from. Oh,
I wonder where she got. I know. It turns out, actually, it might not be all a bad thing to have all this
yeah.
money.
Hashtag lefties.
Hashtag champagne socialism. Anyway, so she met this guy, Walter Heaton, who was a revolutionary socialist, and she became drawn into all of these anti-imperialist IRA causes. And she decided that she was going to renounce all of her wealth. So she sold her share of the family syndicate and distributed her money to the poor. I don't know how she did
Nice.
it. Just sort of went out showering money about, probably,
Robin Hood did it.
you know. And then she decided she would, as most of us, I imagine, would in this situation, decided that she would plan a heist. Where do you suppose she thought that she would do this heist?
Well, she's renounced everything, but she has kind of ties. You've talked about Ireland. Is it
It's
the
not
no,
Ireland, it's
it's not.
her own family's estate.
Oh,
She decided that she was going to steal all of these valuable paintings, silverwares, antiques from the Devon estate and use the proceeds to fund revolutionary causes.
if I could just stop you there, if we just establish, if we just establish the the what a heist actually means. I don't think a heist means just robbing your mum and dad of the painting.
Uh,
You can't just
a
go in there.
heist,
No, a
but
heist is like,
isn't it just a planned robbery
yeah,
where
but
you steal things of value? I think it's just the amount of stuff like the value
but,
of the stuff you steal, isn't it?
but popping over to see mum and dad and then like nicking their
I know.
silverware is not a heist. I don't think.
Let me have a look. Heist definition. Come on, we're both on it.
Oh, it's just a
A
robbery. You're
robbery.
right. Fine,
It's
good
just
for
a
you.
robbery. It's just a posh robbery. Bloody hell. Yeah, so in 1973, she and Walter Heaton, entered her family estate, which is called Yachty Farm. Pause for laugh.
Yarty farty.
Um, Yachty Farm. Painting silverware antiques. It's valued roughly 82 grand in 1970s. I've got no idea how much that is now, but I imagine a fair whack.
Yeah, I think you
Um,
probably put 6 times on that
yeah,
back
yeah, at least.
in 80s. That was when it was like
Um,
Boomtown.
she broke in, stole all of this stuff, and distributed it. They were arrested for burglary. Um,
Or
and
heist.
she for heisting. I'm so sorry. And she um, decided to defend herself. So usually we love a self-defense because they're fucking mental. And I would say in this case, not kind of different, but not really, because she immediately went in and pled guilty. But she
Yeah.
said, "It's sure, I'm guilty." But really, are we not all guilty in this room of being, fucking stealing bastards? We've got all this inherited wealth, blah, 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 ideological, moral. You're all the arseholes, and actually, you're all just as guilty as me. She cross examined her father, which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, that's great.
Um, he wasn't that
It's
happy
your
about
fault
it.
I stole everything.
She said,
Thanks for
um,
my Oxford education.
yeah, exactly, and the money to travel the world. She and to fund all my terrorists, you know, my fund all of this, which I'm doing.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
most famous line from the trial is probably, "I love you, Daddy, but I hate everything you represent."
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She described all of the upper classes as gangsters in top hats.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, her actions are motivated to support the oppressed and fund political causes, not personal greed. So yeah, she basically self-represented so that she could use the courtroom as a stage and like bring all this attention to her very worthy
Was it
cause.
was it widely
Um,
reported then?
was it widely reported?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, she was quite a big figure, and her dad was like, I mean, they're very rich, frightfully rich.
Was Daddy really disappointed?
Well, I will say that it caused a permanent rupture between her and her family. They were shocked, hurt, and outraged, if you can believe it. Um, but they did retain at this point some level of protection and some level of kind of. There was
Yeah, 'cause
still some very terse.
they kept paying her money, didn't they?
No, I don't think they
Effectively.
did. I think that was it at that point. She renounced it all. Yeah, I don't think there were any cozy family Christmases round the fire. Um, Walter was found guilty, and he got. Let me find my notes. I think he got 6 years.
Was Walter poor?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Walter got 6 years imprisonment. And Dugdale, Rose got a 2-year suspended sentence as the judge, somewhat hilariously in hindsight, considered her chance of, and the fact that they've just witnessed her saying how she didn't regret for a second anything she did, and in fact totally believed in it. The judge considered the chance of her reoffending as extremely remote. So, boy, was there egg on his face. So they did that. Then she's gone off now to Ireland and become quite embedded in Irish Republican services circles, the IRA. She's met Eddie Gallagher, a committed IRA operative, and fallen in love with him. She and Eddie against the world. Fuck the English, the British repression, and all of that. And then in 1974, so about a year later, um, Dugdale and Gallagher planned together to bomb a police station.
Yeah, yeah.
And what they did was they posed as some journalists and chartered a helicopter. They were going to go and take some photos of something. And then in the air, they said, actually, we're not journalists. Somehow they were journalists. They'd taken all these milk bombs on the helicopter. I'm not sure
I
how they
do
squared that.
I
That we're
will,
off to
like,
take.
question the helicopter pilot about any of this. Yeah, no, we are journalists.
We're journalists.
We're
What are
gonna
the
take
milk
a
churns
fucking
for?
bunch of milk churns on,
You
um,
don't worry
and we're
yourself
not gonna
about
sit
that.
anywhere near them.
Yeah, just
What so
don't
what are
touch
you
them.
writing about, guys? Up in the copters, up in the skies
We're
with a bunch of
just
yeah,
don't. You just take us A to B. That's fine. That's all we need to know from you.
yeah.
Yeah, they got in the air and they were like, "Ha ha, we tricked you. We're not really journalists. We're from the IRA." They hijacked the helicopter and they flew near a police station. Um, they tried to drop the bombs out, but unfortunately, it was a total disaster. They didn't. They just didn't explode. Some of them fell in the water. No one was even injured.
Well, it's probably quite
Um,
difficult, who was that guy that had the apples falling from the tree with the feather?
Newton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's already talked about gravity in regards to that. And then if you've gone out with a spinny thing,
Yeah.
helicopter, up,
Yeah.
and then the pilot doesn't know that you're expecting to drop a bunch of milk churns,
Yeah.
there's kinda maybe a lot of mathematical
Do you
calculation.
know what? There's a whole lot of physics that I hadn't even considered in that,
Exactly. Physics, politics, economics. Learn it,
and
bitch.
philosophy.
You've learned the wrong P, love.
Oh my God, the wrong P.
Yeah.
Um, but she described the day as the happiest of her life, even though it ultimately failed. What she loved was that it was widely reported. It brought a lot. She was just all about getting attention for her cause, which is, as we know, fuck the British. Um,
So they landed safely from the
they
copter
landed safely.
with no issues or concerns from anyone that was witnessing it. Is that correct?
She
Dropped a bunch of
The
shit
raid
on
created. I've just written. I don't know. I've just written the raid created headlines and led to intense police interest.
oh, good. Yeah, I'm glad it's interested them.
A warrant for arrest was issued soon afterwards, but I haven't got any notes on a trial, so that is a gap. I do apologise. I think
Doesn't
there's just
matter.
so much going on with her because we're not even at the end of things. There's one more wild heist that she goes on,
Heist.
a great big heist. Um, she decides that she's going to rob this guy's house. This guy who is called,
Thank you
oh
for
my
sticking with
gosh,
us, by the way.
for what?
Talking to the listeners.
Oh, yes. Thanks for keeping with us. Um,
Already researched.
it's the Rusborough House heist that she does next, which is this great big house in County Wicklow, somewhere in Northern Ireland.
Oh.
It's remote but accessible with portable, high-value art that can be taken quite quickly. So they decide they're just going to go and nick some art. She basically just walked up to the house dressed as a French tourist. She had a story that about my engine is in trouble with my car.
Why did she
So
need to be
she,
a French tourist at this point? Like,
fuck knows, I don't know
she could have
because
just been herself because she's English.
well, this will come into play later on because she's put on an accent now. Um, which allowed her to get close to the staff, and then once she was in the house, um, she kind of got her gang involved as well. And they produced guns, overpowered and tied up Alfred Bite, that's who it is. Bait, Beit. Sorry about the pronunciation. They tied up him and his wife and all of the servants. Alfred was apparently pistol whipped, and there were injuries.
I never understand what pistol whipped is. Is it just
It's just
being hit in the
smacking
face
someone with
with
a
it?
yeah, yeah. It's all these posh terms for things that are just not, not that exciting in the end. Um, like being smacked in the face with a gun.
Rather
Um,
exciting. You know, you've been tied up and pistol
it
whipped
is,
by.
isn't it? It's a story to tell,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
why we're doing this.
isn't it? So they took the paintings. They took. Do you want to guess? Do you know how many paintings?
I I think what I went for originally, because, you know, um, full disclosure, we've done this once before. I think I went for 12.
You went for 10, but you were wrong
I
on
think
both
double digits.
times. Yeah, it was double digits.
20, 19.
Oh, it was 19. 19.
I remembered it.
They were, I don't know any, well, I sort of heard of a couple of these. Do you know Goya? Rubens, I've heard of,
I've heard of
I
Rubens,
think.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Rubenesque, all the lovely
Yeah, you do
ladies.
Rubens, yeah.
Gainsborough, I feel like he does landscapes. I don't know. Spanish. And Frans Hals' most famous one was Johannes Vermeer's Lady Writing a Letter with Her Maid, which I believe had already been a part of a Nazi art heist. So it's been through a lot, that poor painting.
Yes,
Um,
let's all take a minute now
yeah, moment of silence,
yeah, to think about what it's gone through.
indeed. Um, so I think they took the paintings out of the frames, I believe, because I don't know. I just feel like they got away. Their getaway car was a silver Ford Cortina. I just can't
So
imagine that.
they cut them out of the frames, sort of
Yeah, I
shoved them
don't.
in with no care or attention.
No, well, they did wrap them up in blankets to keep them nice and warm. And they drove away to a little cottage in the Irish countryside where they were going to hide away for a little while. Their plan was that they were going to issue a ransom note for the paintings, so they were going to hide out in this cottage and hope that someone would pay this ransom note to get all the paintings back, and then use that to fund their terrorist organisation. Unfortunately, what gave them away? We mentioned accents earlier. She rented the car in her own name and in her own English accent, so that was quite easy to trace. Using the number plates, and there was enormous amount because of the amount of the value of the paintings. There was a huge amount of publicity and pressure on the police to get them sorted. So they found, I think they found them about a week after the robbery, on May the 4th, 1974. All the paintings wrapped up in blankets in the boot of the car.
Yeah.
Everything was recovered. Yeah, just having a nice little cozy time.
What was the end game here? You can't just nick really famous.
The ransom. Yeah, well, this is it. Because I was like, oh, maybe she was going to sell them on the black market, but we had an argument about whether they'd be worth more or less. Still feel like they'd be worth less on the black market.
Yeah, well,
So
yeah. there's I love a heist. I've watched multiple of them.
A
Love,
bit of
love it,
Ocean's
love
11.
them.
Yeah,
But yeah, you do think like, well, there's no so you've robbed it, but even so, they still like just fuck off to people with more money than
yeah.
sense, so they can
Well,
just hang them in their yacht and go, "Oh,
yeah.
is that a Rembrandt?
Yes,
Is that
nod,
a
nod, wink,
painter?
wink. Don't tell
I
anybody.
I think I've
It's
got
been
one of those."
But that's it. You can't display it. That's why these Louvre heist people, they've all of the stuff they've nicked out of the Louvre is just going to be melted. Like it's fucking quite tragic actually. It's just all going to be melted down and like
Well,
sold
it
for a
is terribly
fraction of what it's
tragic,
worth.
but
Hey?
you remember when they sort of chucked paint on the Mona Lisa? And everyone was like up in
Yeah,
arms.
so someone, I think it was on the news quiz actually, and so because everyone's like with the Louvre stuff, they're like, oh yeah, fucking right on, like, oh, isn't it a bit of fun? They've all gone out in the daytime and just fucking like nicked a load of stuff out the Louvre, hilarious. And they've like stolen millions of pounds worth of stuff. And then meanwhile, the Van Gogh, it was sunflowers. They chucked soup on on the
Is that
sunflowers.
what they did? Okay.
Yeah, it was 20,000, I think it was $20,000 of damage to the frame, and the actual artwork was not damaged in the slightest, and everyone was fucking furious about it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, stuff oil, I don't know, whatever. Not really here or there with it, to be honest, but
It just seems a bit, bizarre that, Dugden is doing all this when she's got
Dugdale.
all the money in the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah, but she hasn't anymore. She's already given everything away that she had access to. She's already tried burglaring the house. Burgling the
I'm going to
house.
say burglarizing.
They do, and it makes me quite ill. I really don't like it.
Burglarizing.
She
Yeah.
burglarized. Why do you need that? They're obsessed with taking letters out and like you can't put a U in anything that's got a U in. And yet for some reason we've got added an extra syllable into burglaring. Ah, burgling. Burglarizing. Two extra. She did get caught for this one and she did go to trial. Um and spoiler alert, she didn't get such a lenient sentence this time, but I think probably her plan was to keep robbing rich people.
No, no, she
And
attempted to bomb a pub from a helicopter.
police station. Did I say pub?
Oh, no, sorry. No, because I know a lot of IRA a lot
Oh
of
yeah.
IRA
Oh yeah,
hits
yeah,
from a pub. I do
yeah.
apologise. I am listening. Carry on.
So she's been caught. She's gone to trial. She doesn't represent herself this time. She has some legal counsel, but she was very, very involved in it and did a lot of like grandstanding and like, yeah, I'm guilty of this, but actually we're all guilty. All of that stuff she's famous for.
Yeah,
Um,
taking them over. Now.
yeah, basically. Um, so yeah, she framed the heist as part of the Irish Republican struggle. It's not personal, but a revolutionary act to pressure authorities to release IRA prisoners, and also to get some money. She consistently referred to herself as a freedom fighter, as we all would, I'm sure, in that situation, and expressed no remorse. Her final statements she used to denounce the ruling class and British authority rather than plead for leniency. She got 9 years in prison, and she served about 6 years before being released, during which time she got married to Eddie Gallagher.
Oh,
Um,
yay!
so a happy
Good
ending
for
there, and
them.
even happier, she had his baby in prison.
How?
Well, I think she was pregnant. I believe she was pregnant before she got in there.
Alright, good.
So hopefully, I don't know. Her son was called Rory, if you'll forgive the pronunciation.
Is that how it's spelled?
It's
Rory.
spelled Ruairi with a little accent on.
Good lord.
Yeah, they love a vowel in Ireland.
Sounds worse than Rory.
Rory. Yeah, so she kept a structured life inside, balancing childcare with political study.
Quite easy in prison, isn't it?
Well,
Structuring
I
your life with childcare. Of which
I don't know if yeah, I mean she managed it. She was stayed true to her nature of being theatrical and defiant, but yet somehow I don't know. Yeah, she must have behaved herself well enough to get released early.
yeah, and what's
And
she doing now?
then she lived a quiet life. She's died. I can't remember when she died, but she
Uh, And
is
how's
died.
Rory?
Is she dead? Let me check.
1941,
1940, so she could still be
and she
alive.
was still,
Holy,
but
holy
she was
moly! I
about
should
in
have.
19.
Oh,
I bet that she isn't alive.
I don't think she died. Oh my God, she only died last year,
There we are.
2024. R.I.P. Rose. Um, do we know what she died of? No. She died in a care home run by retired nuns.
Oh,
The
that's
Poor Servants of the Mother God, which is a fucking Irish name for a care home if ever I heard one.
horrendous. Yeah.
um, yeah, so she lived a kind of quiet-ish life, but remained very much in touch with her political networks and occasionally commented publicly on Irish politics, although she didn't commit any further terrorist acts, which is nice.
That is nice. Well, thank
Jury's
you,
out
Anne.
on what Rory got up to, but hopefully having just a lovely time.
Yeah, and having his name mispronounced daily.
Yeah, so's raw.
Souls guys.
So's. So that's Rosie D in a nutshell.
In a nuts. Love it.
Yep. Hope you
Um,
enjoyed it.
I thoroughly did. Thank you so much.
Good.
What a top job.
An
So,
interesting character.
are we going to say goodbye now, or are we going to do our Wheel of Fortune?
Um, we should do Wheel of Fortune, I guess.
So, obviously, we're a grassroots podcast. You can hear my dog drinking probably now from a fucking water bowl. Um, so we are just starting out, and we'd love for you to just stick with us a little bit until we get good. But we thought it might be nice to end the show with the Wheel of Misfortune. And woo,
Woo!
woo, woo, woo. Obviously, we're in audio format at the moment, so you can't actually see my beautifully painted
Which
hours
is
of
a
work.
bloody damn shame, if you ask me.
A tour de force.
Yeah.
Um, so for those that can only visualize, I've taken inspiration from a Trivial Pursuit pie wheel, and each pie has a question or suggestion on it. And we are hoping each week that our listeners will add to each pie. But so we've got a few things going on, haven't we, Emily?
Sure
So I'll just
have.
spin it.
Click, 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 click.
Lovely. So
You're
we've landed
welcome.
on Grumpy Woman of the Week. So because Emily has used her voice and told us her story, it'll be my Grumpy Woman of the Week, which is this. Okay. So very, very recently, I've started going to Aldi, the supermarket shop, and I have avoided it for years because of the queues and the till situation. I don't want to go there, pick up my basket for a one person,
Yeah.
and then have to queue in front of 4,000 trolleys that
What
are
Aldi
filled
are
to
you
the
going
brim,
to?
the one where I live. So you have to queue behind 4,000 trolleys filled to the brim with your basket. Maybe it's just got a little bottle of wine, a pepper, and some face wipes in. But nobody lets you through first. Nobody lets you through first. Oh no, no, no. They're, and then it's like, oh well, they're really fast at the till, right? And even at one point, at a time I'm not so proud of, I went after a night shift. So I finished at 7:30 in the morning, and I went to Aldi after my night shift, and I parked because it was 7:45 because it opens at 8, and I parked outside waiting for it, waiting for the doors to open, and there was like 5 people literally queuing in front of that door, right, at 7:45, and I thought to myself, I'm not going to be one of those people, and I drove off and I went home. Okay.
Fair.
But in recent
Completely fair.
times, in recent times, my Aldi has got, you just do it yourself, self-checkout,
Self-checkout, yeah.
which is fab. So I go in and do my Aldi shop, lovely, lovely, get my favourite wine. I'm out, no problem, right? And I've done it for the last three times I've gone shopping. So
Nice.
the next time, oh, okay, I'll just go out of my way. I'll go out of my way slightly, 5-10 minutes, and I'll go to Aldi, sort of like tape up around the around the entrance, okay? And I'm like, what the fuck? And nobody's going in. And there's a massive sign going, hi guys, thanks for coming. But we're actually closed for 4 days. It's like, oh my God.
What a bunch
So
of
annoyed.
bastards.
So annoyed. And then I went to Tesco, and Tesco are having a massive refit as well. So I've gone in, really annoyed that Aldi's closed. And then Tesco is halfway through having a massive refit, and I don't know where the fuck anything is. I'm walking around like really grumpy because it's 20 minutes out of my time to go to Aldi. Got to Tesco. It should be really quick. I can't find the eggs.
That is annoying.
And it reminds me of the time back in the day when me and Mum used to go shopping all the time, back when I was a child. And
Yeah.
Sainsbury's in Haverhill had a massive refurb. And we went together and she was fuming the entire way home. So angry about it. She says, ridiculous, I can't find anything. My list is ridiculous. And then she'd get to the till and she was like, this is outrageous. I'm never coming back here in my life. And it just reminded me of me suddenly becoming my mother. And that's my grumpy women of the week.
Can I just tell you, I just remembered my dad went to Waitrose the other week,
Of
and
course,
he was he was at the self checkout, and he was telling me this story. He goes, and I put my bag over the camera as you do. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? As who does? Who does that? I put my bag over the camera. He goes, I don't want to watch myself packing. Like, just don't fucking look. It's really not like, what are you on about? And apparently someone, I don't know why, because apparently does it all the time with no, like, it's fine. But but this time some like poor unsuspecting like 18-year-old came up and was like, excuse me, sir, you can't do that. And he was like, oh, you should tell your manager that people don't like this sort of thing. And I was like,
oh no.
he was adamant that she was going to go back and like speak to Mr. Waitrose, saying like, oh, by the way, this guy doesn't like it, so we should make a change.
I am with him a bit though. You know, when you go in, sort of like,
yeah,
no makeup, looking like crap, and then you like, look at yourself in the self checkout and you think they're not going to ID me, are they?
I haven't been ID'd for fucking years. Someone did do it when I think I was about 30. I was over 30 last time it happened, and I nearly wet myself. I was so excited about it.
Well, mine happened. I think I had mine done like 3 weeks ago, and I was so irritated.
Fuck
I don't
you.
have any ID.
Well,
I'm not pregnant.
There we
go.
Well, I've been pregnant for 6 years. Just looking old these days. You haven't got that fresh-faced, youthful look anymore. Oh well. There's my grumpy old woman bit for the week. Fuck you,
Lovely.
aging. That'll do.
All right. Okay.
All
well
right.
done.
Thanks,
happy?
mate. Yeah, I'm happy as a clam.
Lovely. I will have a look and edit them.
Should we do our sign off?
Shit. Have we not done that? I'm gonna have to have cards like going.
Don't forget.
That's you though. Carry on.
Oh, okay. When we bust another crime.
Join us next week.
When we bust another crime.
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Join us next week when we bust another crime.